Did you know that at Regional Animal Services of King County, there are over 7 different pit bull type dogs put to sleep on average each day? That may not seem like a lot, but on average, that is over 2,000 dogs put to sleep each year in King County alone. RASC is a shelter strongly against the killing of all dogs, but is forced to euthanize pit bull type dogs due to breed bans. Today I'm going to explain to you why breed-specific legislations, also known as breed bans, should not be put into place. I'm also going to talk a little bit more specifically about the pit bull breed. I'm going to share with you the problems that breed bans are causing, along with what we can do to change this and protect the pit bull breed from being euthanized and separated from their families. The problem is that many breeds of pit bulls are banned and killed in different counties based on what they look like alone. Also, BSL has been proven to not work in favor of counties that have passed them and used them ever since 1989, when the first one was put into place in Denver, Colorado. According to the Humane Society website, we coexist with over 80 million dogs in the world, and over 6 million of those dogs were euthanized last year due to breed-specific legislation. Imagine waking up one day and seeing a law that had been passed that would permanently separate you from your best friend or child. To many people, that's exactly the loss they are facing. I know my dog is my baby. She is like a child to me. I've raised her ever since she was 4 months old and would be completely devastated if one day I had to give her up because people were saying she was banned. Some people say that ridding the world of these types of dogs, based on the few dogs that have done wrong, is really what we should do because it's better to be safe than sorry. Also, that these types of dogs are dangerous, so eliminating them will eliminate the bites and attacks. I say they're wrong, and here's why. A breed-specific ban puts a ban on a very broad name. For example, the pit bull breed isn't even technically a breed. Many dogs, like the American Staffordshire Terrier, American Bulldog, and American Bully, are all different but classified as one whole group of pit bulls. So, when banning the pit bull breed, what are we specifically banning? Many people don't know the answer to this question, so shelters often confuse different types of dogs that all have wide jaws and big skulls and euthanize them. Many just look like the breed of dog classified as a pit bull, so then they're all confused. Pit bulls are looked at as very dangerous animals and banned from many counties for this. Breed bans are judging a dog strictly on how they appear and their reputation of them being dangerous. This is one of the many reasons why breed bans should be completely eliminated. I say we lift all bans because they are proven not to work by having not only the same amount of bites and attacks before they were put into place, but they have even more attacks and bites, and cause too much confusion with what they are actually banning. Also have cost Washington over $500,000 alone last year trying to enforce and take away the dogs, according to the American Breed Bans website. We propose alternate ways of dealing with dogs who attack and or bite, and deal with them case by case, not by a whole breed alone. Also putting into place laws and regulations that can help dog owners raise their dogs more responsibly. Spaying and neutering your dog could help a lot. According to the National Canine Research, 97% of dog attacks were by dogs that were not altered. Dogs are proven to be less aggressive and testy once they have been altered, especially male dogs. Also, we should put into place laws that make you license your dog, so we can do checkups on people and dogs that seem to be having problems, as well as putting more strict laws in place that protect animals from cruelty and fighting. Around this time last year in Washington, D.C., there was a woman who had a pit bull named 50. 50 was going to be put into a different home and taken away from her simply because a breed ban was being put into place. She was not going to let that happen, so her and a million other pit bull owners and dogs set off to Washington, D.C. They protested and signed petitions, and overall, they lifted over 40 bans and stopped them from being put into place. Since that March, almost a year ago, bites and attacks by pit bulls have gone down by 25% altogether, according to the scientists who study specifically dog attacks. They say it is due to lifting the bans and putting dogs back into their good homes with their families. Some say this kind of solution won't work because they think that if there are bans, then people won't be able to own this specific type of dog, therefore eliminating the breed altogether. I say they're wrong, and here's why. Trying to eliminate a specific breed of dog from certain places will not stop attacks and bites, it will simply get rid of the breed. A dog's personality is directly affected by that of its owners. If we rid these types of dogs, that doesn't mean that the same owner couldn't just go get a different type of dog and make it act the exact same way that the pit bull did and attack and bite people. I'm going to show you a few pictures of how extreme things can get if we don't take my steps. And this is how good things can get once we get dogs back with their families and their owners. Now that I've shared with you why breed-specific legislation, also known as breed bans, should not be used, now how would you feel if you were forced to get rid of your best friend? Many people are facing the loss of their idea of a best friend every day due to breed bans. If you stand up along with me and sign petitions and give a voice for the thousands of best friends lost each year, breed bans and breed-specific legislations can overall be one day eliminated. Because if you don't, the breed bans will continue to be put into place and will overall increase the loss of dogs from being euthanized and taken away from their families. But if we do, you will see hundreds of shelters decrease numbers not only in capacity, but a decrease in the number of dogs that are put down every year as they can return to their owners and go back to their families where they are now welcome to live.